All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears. So, I found this quite interesting. According to Charles Robinson, after polling 7 current NFL GMs, all 7 of them would select rookie QB at number 1 and trade Justin Fields. And the consensus is that it's not even really a close decision. Quote unquote, it would be a clear-cut decision to draft Caleb Williams for me, said one AFC GM. So this has been the talk of the town for the last 2 or so weeks here. If you're a Bears fan, this has been the talk for quite some time now. Is Justin Fields the dude? What is the future of the Chicago Bears? What's it looking like next season? For me, we've talked about it all week on this channel. I don't really care because the Chicago Bears still have 4 games left to play this season. If the Chicago Bears were to win out and you win your last 6 games, you take down Cleveland, you take down Arizona, you take down Atlanta, you take down Green Bay, all 4 of those are certainly potential wins. Well, Justin Fields is clearly your QB1 next season. Like, to me, he's clearly QB1. If you go 9-8 after all the dysfunctionality that this team has dealt with, all the injuries, the Chase Claypool, all the weird drama going on earlier on in the season, he's certainly QB1. But, we talked a little bit more about this in yesterday's Bears video. Caleb Williams worries me. I think he's got some diva type of tendencies. And when we look at guys like Justin Fields' teammates, everybody absolutely loves him. Everybody absolutely adores him. Justin Fields doesn't get into any drama. He doesn't cause commotion. He's strictly business, and these guys absolutely love him. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bears fans, you guys are absolutely blessing these videos. If we could try and get it to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So I'm big on the eye test. I also do like to sprinkle in some statistics. So here's some fun facts, or some fun stats. Justin Fields, in his first 17 starts, 2,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and a passer rating of 75.1. That is not going to get the job done. He did have 129 carries for 750 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. So let's compare it to the last 17 games. 3,000 yards, all right, so similar passing yards, 25 touchdowns, just 11 interceptions, and a passer rating of 92.3, all right? So once again, in his first 17 starts, 12 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and a passer rating of 75. The last 17 games, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a passer rating of 92.3. So what a lot of people worry with Justin Fields are turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, especially because he's a phenomenal rushing QB. For example, in the last 17 games, he has over 1,200 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns for a quarterback. That's just absolutely unheard of. The dude is just a genuine, phenomenal athlete. The dude is just a literal stud. What we've seen from Justin Fields recently has been not as many interceptions, not as many fumbles, just keeping it clean, which is going to translate to more victories. Obviously, there's a lot of things that go into it. The defense has to step up. The defense has been stepping up. We'll talk about that in just a second. But it's something I'm going to keep a very, very keen eye on for the last 4 games of the season are turnovers, interceptions, and fumbles, and more importantly, victories. So everybody's trying to rush this Justin, and it's not Bears fans, by the way. Everybody in the media world is trying to rush this decision. Is it going to be Justin Fields? Who's it going to be? Who are they taking at 1? Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. You have 4 games left on the season, and just like if we go back to 4 games ago, things are becoming more clear. Justin Fields is giving us a taste of what the potential could be, and honestly, what the present currently is. So there's a lot to dive in, a lot to delve into, and we'll determine this in the offseason. But these next 4 games are absolutely crucial. They're absolutely critical for Justin Fields and the future of the Chicago Bears. But we got to talk a little bit more about this defense, because the defense has been just night and day difference from the first half of the season to the last month and a half or 2 months of the season. Montez Sweat has been a huge addition, but guys like Jalen Johnson are making absolutely huge impacts. But a lot of respect and a lot of credit needs to be given to Eberflus. Eberflus, a lot of people are calling him a defensive genius. The dude had the track record, and we're finally starting to see it come together, specifically once they acquired Montez Sweat. So Montez on the season has 10 sacks. He's got 11 quarterback knockdowns. He's got 10 QB hurries. He's got 12 tackles for loss. He's got a pressure rate of about 15%. He is a just star edge rusher. All right. They traded for him, right? People were, worried about the draft the draft compensation, especially because of the Chase Claypool trade at the trade deadline of last season. But it's very similar to what Justin Fields is showing us right now. It's a taste of what's to come. Eberflus is not done, and Ryan Poles is also not done. They're going to have another good draft. They've got a ton of draft compensation. There's just a ton of draft picks. They have plenty of options, especially having the first pick in the draft. They've got a 93% chance right now to have that number one pick. It's pretty much 100. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers are not going to get another victory. They're certainly not going to get two. So the number one draft pick is definitely in the Bears' hands. But you've got all of this cap space to work with. Could you imagine if they go out there and they pick up just another star edge rusher? I mean, this defense next season is going to be above average. They could be a top 10 defense next season. Pay Jalen Johnson. You got Jaquan Brisker, Kyler Gordon, all of these guys continuing to improve. You've got two new linebackers in the on the Bears this season. They've done a phenomenal job. Edwards and Edmonds have done phenomenal jobs. And these were players acquired in the offseason. So this Bears defense is getting back to the Bears defense that I was kind of grown, Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher. Like, they're getting back to that old school monsters of the Midway Chicago Bears era that I grew up in, and I absolutely love it. So the defense next season is going to be great, or it's at least going to be very good, because the Bears defense right now is playing out of their minds. Now, you got a couple of tests coming up, specifically this Sunday against the Cleveland Browns and Joe Flacco, who has done a really good job. And the Browns are also just a really good team, a great defense. So even, 1 month from now, we're going to know so much more about what the Chicago Bears should do, or what we think the Chicago Bears will do. But we're even going to have a much better idea of this in just like 2 days from now when they take on the Cleveland Browns. So patience. Right? Patience. But I did just want to make this video because I was very surprised that all 7 GMs that were asked that question, nobody thought it was everybody thought it was a clear-cut decision to take a QB at 1. And I don't think Bears fans agree with that, because I don't agree with that either. So let me know what you guys are thinking. But more importantly, what is your prediction for the Chicago Bears versus Cleveland Browns this upcoming Sunday? Let me know down below in the comment section. That's it from me. Stay tuned in a couple of days for another Bears video. But have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.